Personnel selected, Dave, toy restoration expert and YouTuber. Channel codename toy-polloi.
Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video I'm going to be upgrading two older projects that I worked on. We have here the Endor version of Luke Skywalker. This is a last 17 figure, and quite a while back I showed you how to make a cape for him, but at the time I didn't have a belt, so the belt that I put on him is actually just a cable tie. And another project that I worked on fairly recently was the M.A.S.K Thunderhawk, and that had a couple of issues, and one of them ones that I'm still trying to work out is how to find replacement tyres for it. But today I have the solution, because I was very kindly contacted by eBay seller Yavin34K, and they make reproduction parts. In fact, they make all sorts of reproduction parts. These are all 3D printed, and they very kindly sent me a whole selection of them. So I picked out a couple of my favourites, and I thought we would have a test of them. But I got a really nice letter from them saying, "Hi toy-polloi, we really enjoy your channel and the work you do to keep toys alive. Here at Yavin34K, we replicate the parts of toys that go missing over time, which every collector cries out for and has to dig deep in their pockets to purchase when it becomes available. We also replicate the hidden parts that are inside toys and make them function. We have vast collections between us here at Yavin34K, but sadly not all are complete. Pretty much all the items we make are unpainted, so you can choose to paint them or not when you get them, and if you don't have a part, they will replicate it for you, which is really good news, especially if you're trying to fix up toys like I do here." So I got in touch with them. They very kindly sent me these, which are replacement tyres for the Thunderhawk. I've used all sorts of tyres. In my original video I found some tyres on Etsy which were all right. Then I found some Lego tyres, which are the ones that you see on here, which are actually pretty good as well. But these are 3D replacements, 3D print replacements, so we'll try those in a minute. They also include a whole load of other things in the package. So we have a bomb for the M.A.S.K Gator. This needs to be chrome painted, but the actual print is really nice quality. We have the little fifth wheel cover with the sort of trailer plate cover, which is for the M.A.S.K Rhino. In my video I made one out of some styrene sheet and sort of chromed it, but this looks fantastic. So all this needs is a bit of chrome paint on it. We also have these side wings here, which are the sort of the side gun wings for the Thunderhawk. Again, I made my own. I'm not going to replace those on this because I actually quite like the ones I made, but these are 3D prints that you can then chrome up in whatever paint you like. But those again look pretty cool. We have a tiny little bomb here, which is for the M.A.S.K Firefly, and one thing that I hadn't ever seen before, which is this, which is a recreation of Luke's belt for the last 17 Endor figure, which is what you see on my desk here. I've never seen an original one of these. It's a really hard piece to find. So this is a reproduction of that little belt. I have a feeling it's 3D printed. It's very hard to tell. Actually, I can just about see some 3D print lines on it. Yeah, so this is a 3D printed replacement belt for the Endor Luke Skywalker. It is incredibly tiny, but it looks the part. So let's have a go at replacing these on these vehicles. So I'm going to put the belt on Luke, and we'll replace the tyres on the Thunderhawk and see how well they fit. So this is the Luke Skywalker that I worked on in that previous video, and the cape on this one is one that I handmade myself. I'm still really pleased with how the cape's turned out. It does actually look pretty cool, but at the time I didn't have a belt, so what I used was a cable tie, and you can see on the back here it really is just a cable tie. It does a pretty reasonable job. You can see it sort of actually looks like a belt, but it would be nice to get an original one sort of added to it, and an original one is crazy price, so a 3D print like this is absolutely fantastic. So we need to remove this old belt. I've just got my plastic nippers here. I can snip through the old cable tie like so, and we'll take that off. It comes off pretty easily, and now we can thread on the new one. There are two holes on the front of the poncho that you have to thread the belt through, and then it sort of wraps around the back. So let's get that threaded on and see what it looks like. I think I'll have to go all the way through this side first. Pull that through. I'm going to be quite delicate with it because it looks quite thin, but I'm sure it's probably got a nice lot of stretch to it. And let's put that through the other side there. That's cool. And then we have to wrap this around the back. And then there's a little catch on the back of it, so let's put this all together and see what it looks like. And there we go, that is the replacement belt on. That looks so much better. My cable tie did a pretty reasonable job, but a recreation like that is really nice. This is a part that I don't think I've ever seen. This is, you know, a relatively easy figure from the last 17 to get, but the accessories are pretty hard to come by. Hence the reason I had to make my own poncho. This is not an original gun, this is a reproduction gun, and I've now got a reproduction belt on there, but that really does make him look the part. So that is really fantastic. I like that a lot. Now we move on to the tyres, and as I say, I've done a few different tyres on this one. The original set of tyres I bought off Etsy, which were some sort of scale model tyres, I had to trim them down a lot to get them to fit, and they looked all right. So I then upgraded to these, which are Lego tyres, which again don't actually look too bad. They're a little bit on the large side, so they do rub on the inside of the vehicle, but for display purposes they don't look too bad at all. But now we have the option of these, which are 3D replacement ones. So these are 3D prints made out of a nice rubbery material, and they even say Goodyear on them. You can just about read that on the camera there, but it even says Goodyear, and they do look really pretty good. Very nice detail on them. You can see even the sort of tread of the tyre is there. So I'm really excited to actually get these on the vehicle. So let's take off my Lego tyres. These are, as I say, fairly good. They're fairly close. They were cheap to buy, which is always the good thing with Lego. You can easily pick up Lego for next to nothing. So it was a good cheap option to get the sort of replacement tyres on. But these 3D prints look like they will finish it off so much better. So let's get one of these tyres and see if we can push it over the rim. The original tyres you just sort of squeeze on a little bit, and they have a bit of flex to them. I imagine these are going to be much the same. A little bit awkward to get on, but they always are. Actually, when I did the previous tyres, I took the whole wheels off, which is often an easier way of doing it. So let's just take these wheels off. You can pull one axle out. There we go, like that. And that makes everything an awful lot easier. Let's try and get these tyres on that way. Just push that over. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Makes life a whole lot easier if you don't have the car in the way. Yeah, that fits really nicely. You can see that's a pretty good fit. It matches the original ones very closely. Yeah, very happy with that. So let's replace all of these tyres and put the wheels and axles back on the Thunderhawk. Oh yeah, those gone on really easily. Very satisfying. So let's push this through again. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Right, I'll just replace the other tyres and then we'll take a look at the finished vehicle. So here we go, that's the Thunderhawk now with all of the tyres replaced, and they do fit incredibly well, and I can actually roll this vehicle back and forwards with the Lego tyres that I was using. It didn't roll particularly well. It looked all right, but it wasn't particularly sort of movable. So now these 3D prints really look the part, and it's going to be great for many collectors to be able to get these, because the Thunderhawk is one of those vehicles where the tyres are always missing. They tend to split along their sort of joint seam and disintegrate, so you often see the Thunderhawk with tyres missing. And now that you can easily get replacement tyres, I think that's going to solve an issue for many a collector. So that is fantastic. Those work really well. And there we go, that's two upgrades from 3D printed parts from Yavin 34K. As I say, their stuff, it looks really good. It's nicely made and it's nicely printed, and there does seem to be an awful lot of choice, and they do offer the option, if they haven't got the piece that you need, they will make it for you. So do please go and check out their stuff. I will put a link to the eBay page in the description, and have a look and see what they've got, because certainly the pieces that they've sent me here for these two projects are really good. And I'm going to be chroming up some of these other pieces to replace parts that I've made for other projects. So yeah, they are going to come in really useful. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Toy-Polloi. Subscribe for more great videos.